Hey guys, Spartan117GW here, and today we're going to go through some uncharted territory here on the channel. We're actually going to talk about a movie this time, American Sniper, which had a limited release, and it will be wide release on January 16th. Now, I was kind of like upset at first because, you know, when the movie came out, I was like, yes, I'm going to go see it. I know a lot of people went through this like, all right, looking on the phone, where can I see this? And just then realizing it was a limited release. So I ended up having to wait about a week or so. Finally got back down here to LA and went and saw it at the ArcLight. Traffic was not bad because I went a little bit later in the day and went and saw it. And I'm just going to tell you my thoughts without hopefully trying to spoil anything for you. So some backstory is American Sniper is about a Navy SEAL named Chris Kyle. He's a sniper qualified guy. Kind of fun fact too is that Centurion Arms is actually owned by the guy who built some of Chris Kyle's sniper rifles. You can actually see it in his book where he actually talks about it. But yeah, just so happens Centurion Arms, PTS, weird little link there. But yeah, I went to go see the movie, and you know, it's about Chris Kyle and his life, and kind of about his experiences both deployed and at home. I think that character-wise, I felt obviously Bradley Cooper was the strongest character, and I think whenever an actor is, when they play the part well enough that you don't see the actor but you see the man or the character that he's trying to portray, I think that is when actors are successful in doing their job. Unfortunately, not all the actors seem to pull that off. It's very much so that, you know, a lot of supporting actors were kind of just weak. The actor who played Taya, Sienna Miller, I think she did a pretty good job, but I feel like you just didn't really get a whole lot of time to meld with just about all the supporting cast, really, as opposed to like Lone Survivor, where, you know, it's kind of compressed too. I mean, they kind of have just one mission to focus on as opposed to like 4 different deployments, home and abroad. But I feel like you just didn't get as much time to meld with the characters, basically. I did feel like the transitions between going to deploy and coming home were just just like the one scene is in Iraq and the next scene is you're at home, and I think they kind of do it maybe in a way, an artistic way, to kind of show how much of a jarring transition that is, but from a film standpoint, it kind of kills the flow of the film. It's like crazy action, then you're just at home, and then crazy action, and then you're home. And the action was good. I think people who are really nitpicky on like military movies and just gun stuff in general, there's going to be a few things you may notice. I kind of wish they used blanks a little bit more, because, you know, whenever you're making a movie, sometimes you find the actors they're pretending to shoot and they're actually like, jerking the gun really, really hard. Hell, I even saw like in the ambush scene when there's a VBAT, a vehicle VBAT, spoiler. But you can see one of the Marines, he's like, instead of just like shooting like this, he's like shooting like this. It's just like, what the heck? But you know, some of the effects were okay, but I think overall action, I enjoyed it. But if you really, really analyze it, you might start to see the cracks. I think people who've read the book might be disappointed. You know, I mean, anytime you adapt anything from a book to a film, you kind of got to cram stuff in there. Stuff gets taken out, stuff gets changed. I mean, it was the same with Lone Survivor. It's the same with The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, just about every other book adaptation out there. But you know, from people I've talked to, because some people I talked to absolutely hated the movie, from people from the shooting world, some people from the acting world, and I knew some people who absolutely loved it. So it really kind of depends. I think if you're going into it blind, like, you know, you just know the basic facts about Chris Kyle, but you haven't read the book, you might enjoy it more. But if you really, really are a huge, huge fan of the book and really about all those small details, you might walk away disappointed. For me, I mean, I still enjoyed it. I did notice a couple of things my buddies pointed out. Spoiler alert, fake baby. I've never seen a more fake baby in a big movie before. I was just like, holy crap, that is a fake baby. But yeah, you know, but overall, you know, the film for me was enjoyable. But I do know, like I said, if you are a huge fan of the book and just the history, and you're just really, really in tune with all that, you might walk away pretty disappointed. I will say that, you know, it was a good time, but you know, I think there could have been things that were a little better. Overall, did it meet my expectations? Not quite, not really. But did I enjoy it? Yes. So you know, I'd say when it comes out in wide release, go ahead and see it. Formulate your own opinions. You know, everyone's kind of looking for something different. You know, but I did say I did feel that there were some moments in the film that were like, you know, oh man, that's rough. You know, being someone who's been you know, in the Army for about, you know, 6 years or so, and you see a lot of different shit, and especially at Fort Bragg. I mean, people are deploying like crazy, and people coming home, and kind of seeing how families are kind of torn apart. Like, I've seen that before. So, and you know, just like seeing guys who have had trouble since they've come back and stuff. So I can kind of, you know, understand, and there's definitely some good moments in there where you kind of really get more of that. But I think overall, I think you guys might have a good time. Like I said, if you're a huge fan of the book, you might be disappointed, but make sure you guys go check it out, January 16th. Definitely a very interesting take on the Iraq War, and specifically on this certain individual. So make sure you guys check it out, American Sniper, January 16th.
Elite Force BBs, that's what's in my mag. Thanks for watching.